Welcome again to this tutorial. Understanding website certificates, ensuring security and trust online. What is a certificate authority or CA? In cryptography, a certificate authority or certification authority is an entity that stores, signs, and issues digital signatures. And here are a list of some of the trusted certificate authorities. What is a website certificate? Website certificate is a digital file containing information that's issued by a certificate authority that indicates that a website is secured using an encrypted connection. A website security certificate is also known as Secure Socket Layer (SSL) certificate or Transport Layer Security (TLS) certificate, an HTTPS certificate, or an SSL server certificate. So types of SSL or TLS certificates. We have the domain validation certificate. So the DV or domain validation certificates provide the most basic level of validation. They verify only that the applicant owns or controls the domain name associated with the website. The DV certificates are quick to obtain and are commonly used for personal websites, blogs, and small businesses. So whenever a website is using a domain validation, it's not advisable to use that website, visit that website, and you provide your vital or sensitive information. So the second type is organization validation, OV. So OV certificates offer a higher level of validation compared to the domain validation certificates. In addition to verifying domain ownership, they also validate the legal existence and identity of the organization. OV certificates provide increased assurance about the legitimacy of the website owner and are often used by businesses, government agencies, and organizations that prioritize trust. So whenever the OV is given to an organization or a website, it means the organization behind the website, organization that owns the domain, has been validated and verified. So that when we are dealing with that kind of organization, there has been a trust and then certainty that the organization has been validated to be in existence. The third type of SSL certificate is the extended validation certificate. The EV certificates provide the highest level of validation and trust. They undergo the most extensive verification process, including checks on the organization's legal entity, identity, physical location, and legal authorization. So websites with EV certificates display the organization's name prominently in the web browser's address bar, typically in green, signaling maximum trust and credibility to users. So the extended validation certificate indicates that the website, the domain of the website has been validated, the organization's legal identity has been validated and confirmed, their physical location has been validated and confirmed, and their legal authorization. So as to where the jurisdiction where the organization is located, their legal authorization for the organization to exist or to be in business will be validated. So let's assume their business certificate or certificate of operation. So importance of the SSL or TLS certificates. Data encryption and integrity. So whenever the SSL certificate has been given, it uses public key infrastructure cryptography to encrypt the data and it also ensures the integrity whenever you are dealing with such website. And there is trust and credibility. So more specifically, whenever you are dealing with a website that has the organization validation and external validation, there is more trust and credibility that the organization has been validated to be in existence, and then the location and their certificate has been validated and confirmed. So how to check website certificate? There is a browser indication that you need to look out for, but these indications are browser specific. So more specifically, whenever you are using Firefox browser, it helps you in identifying the certificate more than the Google Chrome. So web browsers display visual indicators such as padlock icon. So whenever the certificate has been given to a website, there's a padlock that will be attached to or located before the URL. And then it is having a HTTPS. So without the certificate, it's only using the HTTP protocol. But whenever the certificate has been given to that website, the S, which stands for secure or security, has been added or will be added to the address bar to signify a secure connection. And then you can view the certificate details. So users can access the certificate details by clicking on the padlock icon and selecting certificate or view certificate from browser menu. So before we go to the conclusion, let's look at some of the websites and then you can view their certificate. So in this tutorial, we're using a google.com, the University of Science and Technology, and then a paper. So when I open the google.com, this is the padlock that has been added to verify or to indicate that this website is using a digital certificate. So when I click on the padlock, it's saying that the connection is secure. So let me expand this and then more information to view the kind of security and then validation that has been done. So the security has been ensured, and then the company or the website that has been validated is google.com. So let me go to view certificate so that I can view details about this particular website. So the common name, which is the name of the domain, is stated over here, and then the issuer. So the certificate authority, this is the data or information about the certificate authority, and then the validity range. So it is valid. This is the range. So from 19th February to 13th May 2024. So the certificate is only valid within that range, and then it should be renewed after 13th May 2024. And this is the domain of the website, www.google.com. And then public key information. So this is the algorithm that is being used. And then the key size is 256. And this is the public value. So fast forward, let's move on to the authority information, and then we can look at certificate policy. So whenever you look at the certificate policy, you see that the certificate type is, so most often, most browsers indicate the certificate type with these particular numbers. So the first 4 divisions of numbers, which are 2.2.3.140.1, will be constant in most of these digital certificates. And then the differences will be from the 5th and then the 6th. So it is being stated that this certificate is a domain validation. It's a domain validation. So google.com is having a domain validation. So let's move on to this particular website. It's also having the padlock and it's having the HTTPS. So for information, whenever every website, or you visit a website is having a padlock, it is better to analyze or to find out the kind of certificate that has been given to that website before you go ahead to change or to provide your vital information or sensitive information. When a website is using a domain validation, you are not expected to provide sensitive information or vital information, because even though the website is encrypted, that data that you send is encrypted and then cannot be spied on. The organization that is receiving the data has not been validated and then proven to be authentic. So it is advisable to be on the safer side to only provide sensitive data or vital information whenever a website is using organization validation or extended validation. So let's check the kind of certificate this website is having. So connection is secure, more information, and then view certificate. So we have various information about it. Subject name, country is Ghana, locality is Kumasi, organization is Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. So at this point, I can even conclude that this particular website is having organization validation, because the organization that has this domain name or this domain has been validated and stated over here. So let's confirm if it is a organization validation. So when we come to the certificate policies, the certificate type is there and the value is an organization validation. So the third one that I will look at is the paper. So when on the paper website, you realize it's having the padlock and is using an HTTPS protocol to encrypt the data that have been sent or received on this particular website. So when I click on the padlock, I will see verified by DigiCert. And then whenever you click on the padlock, it gives you issue to the company name will be given over here. So issue to paper. So the connection is secure. Let me expand this. More information. And then let me view certificate. So whenever the extended gives more information about the website as compared to the domain validation and then organization validation. So a whole lot of details about the organization will be validated in the extended validation. So the country, the locality, the organization, the common name, business category, and everything has been validated. So going to the certificate policies, this particular website, the paper is having an extended validation. So it is very safe to provide your vital sensitive information to this particular website. So actually, the extended validation is given to websites that deals with sensitive data, payment systems, and various information or data that whenever there's a compromise or data breach, it will be very, very dangerous and disastrous to the users of that particular website. So in summary, while the DV, the OV, and then the EV certificate may use similar encryption algorithms, their differences lie in the level of validation they offer and the trust they inspire in website visitors. So the kind of certificate, either it is a domain validation, organization validation, or external validation, does not determine the cryptography or encryption algorithm that is used. So the encryption algorithm only varies from the certificate authorities and the kind of public key infrastructure they use in providing the digital certificate. But the only difference is the level of validation they offer and the trust they inspire in website visitors. So whenever you are on a website and it's using organization validation and or extended validation, there is much trust that the organization is in existence